Hello and welcome back to the Skipper's View podcast, episode 206. My name is Hagen. That's Brett with me here. Brought to you guys by Chinook Seedery. Use the code Skipper's View for a 10% discount at checkout. Great seeds. Everybody here loves them. Cinnamon Toast is personally my favorite. Go check them out. Use 10%. To get 10% off there, use the code Skipper's View. Let's dive into this thing out here, Brett. We got to talk about it. We talked about it last episode, how well the Brewers have been playing, and they've now won 12 in a row here. It's their second 10-game win streak, at least this season. They're now 30 games above 500. They're the best team in baseball right now. I mean, World Series odds, they're not going to show that, but if you had to say right now who's the best team in baseball, it's without a doubt the Milwaukee Brewers. I mean, they've been on an insane tear here now. They're scoring 12 runs a game, 10 runs a game. They're doing this without Jacob Mizraowski's on the IL. He's been on the IL for about a week now. Chorio's been out. I think he missed this entire winning streak so far. They're doing this without two of their best players there. I mean, you have all-stars there that you're missing. This offense is just banging. This bullpen is lights out. This team is so good. I mean, and even to I think one person I think we have to highlight is Isaac Collins here, who's just been since the start of June. He's the fourth best hitter in all of Major League Baseball by WRC+, only behind Nick Kurtz, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Juan Soto. He deserves his flowers, and I think, in my opinion, he should be the leader in this Rookie of the Year conversation.
Yeah, the Brewers have been absurd. I just looked at the actual standings. They're 6.5 games up on the next best team in Major League Baseball right now. Let that sink in. They're not just dominating the National League. They're 6.5 games up on anyone in baseball right now. It's insane. They're, differential. They lead all baseball. They're plus 159 in run differential. You know who's second? The Cubs, 116. We've been talking about the Cubs offense all year. And this is exactly what we were talking about right at the deadline, how the Cubs needed to be, very aggressive at the deadline going for starting pitching. They needed the pitching if they want to win this, in the playoffs this year. They can have all the offense they want with Tucker, PCA. I think the Cubs messed up royally. Not only the same division as this team, they should have seen it coming. But now you don't have the pitching to compete. Yet Kyle Tucker, in my mind, is good as gone. I know people think that's crazy to say, but why would you sign if you're Kyle Tucker with Chicago? They did nothing to help you in a year where this is a down year, in terms of overall talent. The American League is not that good this year compared to previous years. And then the National League, you have the Dodgers, who are totally susceptible. We got Dean with us now. And the Padres are right on their tail. We're going to talk about them in a little bit. But, I think the Chicago Cubs really messed up. And I think the Brewers are going to be a, problem for the rest of the National League going forward.
Welcome in, Dean.
Whatever Brett was talking about, we're pivoting. Hagen and Brett, I want to show you, what. So for everyone, me and some of my friends have been building a website that allows you to create your own custom analytic. And I just want to do a walkthrough, because you guys are Brett, Hagen, Sam, Will, James are going to be the test, beta testers of this. And then any of our listeners who kind of want to test it out. So I'm literally just popping in to show you this. So there's no set site yet, because we have to figure that out. This is all locally hosted. But essentially, so for example, let's just go here, right, and open app. Now, a couple things we're building. I just want to quick plug up here in the top right, BBI stats. So all the stats that I kind of put together and created live right here in a 1 through 157 ranking, all the qualified batters. If you look in, it breaks down what each stat is. Okay. You can search players. Brett, who's your favorite player?
Let's just go Mike Trout. He's not on here. There we go.
So Mike Trout. Okay. He's got 5.04.
5044.
Yeah. And now if I go, Scott. Everyone stay calm. Okay. So that's not working right now because I'm still building it. But essentially it's going to have a custom card that if you guys saw, I put in the group text that you can then share to like social media. So like that's just for like for BBI, but we're gonna make it for everything. So let's create a stat. Brett, give me a stat name.
RBI.
Hagen, give me something more
Or
creative.
new stat?
Yeah, new stat.
Batting power. Or bat power.
Okay. So you can pick your stat, right? What you want to name it. You can have over here a method to kind of like do a range. So you can do stat plus, z-score, min-max, or percentile. So just we'll do plus stat for now. Okay. If you're doing like a ERA type stat where like pitching, so lower is better, you come over here and you can do that. Right. Now over here, Scott, is the typing working? Okay, you can just go here and then type whatever you want. So like give me a stat that we want to do. And you like stats. So Brett, like RBI, right? So you type RBI. Now, RBI plus, give me another stat, Hagen.
Walks.
Okay. All right. Let's say divided by at bats.
Plate appearances.
Okay. Okay, let's do plate appearances. All right. Now, just to show you, like all these stats that I'm clicking on are all here. Okay. Brett, I feel like you're a little impressed right now.
I love it.
We haven't like really, Scott, have we done fielding yet?
I need you on for a full episode to do like a demo of this.
Yeah, this is kind of me like just hijacking for like a quick demo. Because this is literally like we just did some updates now. Okay. So then I'm gonna create the custom stat. Okay. And I'm just gonna this is all I'm gonna show, and then I'll let you guys get back to it. So it'll right away give you like a top 10, or I think this is top 15. Okay. Right. You can do a scatter plot. So over here would be the best one in Kyle Raleigh.
The screen's not moving with you, by the way.
Yeah, it probably won't go. You see it now?
No, we're still seeing like the formula to make the stat.
Oh.
No.
That's weird. See, on my side is showing that it's sharing. Let me just try one more time, and then I'll let you guys get back to it.
Slow.
Of course.
It popped up there at the end.
Okay, see this? So it does like all these different plotting. Now, what's really cool is you can compare that stat that we just created, batting power, and add it with all the other stats to create like these like charts. And you can pick any player. So like Aaron Judge has like a Pac-Man, right? So you can create these. If you go down here, there's percentile comparison across all players. And then again, it gives you like the top 6. And then last thing over here is rankings for like every statistic. So every statistic lives here. So you want to do K percentage, right? And say you want to like lock Riley Green up here, you can do that. And then like go like RBIs, okay, home runs. So actually, I didn't know that Riley Green has the worst K percentage, or one of the worst K percentages in baseball.
It's on pace to break the most strikeouts in a single season.
Shut up, is he? Damn.
Yeah. So that's kind of it right now.
Well, we will get you on for a full episode. This looks awesome, dude. Looks like you guys did a lot of hard work on this.
No, it's not a lot of hard work. It's like mostly like AI generated.
That's even cooler.
But yeah, I wanted to show it because I want to like see your two reactions because you're in the baseball world. So I want to see if you guys think it's cool, and we're going to continue down this path.
Yeah, I love the interface. It's nice and clean interface. Too many of these baseball websites, you know how it is. They get too many numbers on the page at the same time.
Yeah,
that's
we got to figure out like colors and stuff like that. But I think right now it looks pretty good. All right, go Sox.
All right. Just like that, he's in and out. Hagen, pick us up back up. That we were not expecting that, so we lost some time there. Why don't you pick us back up with J-Ram doing cool things in Cleveland?
Yeah, so Jose Ramirez set the club multi-homer record, breaks the tie with two legends, actually. Jim Thome and Albert Bell, Bell being a five-time All-Star. It's his 27th career multi-home run game with Cleveland now, which is just absurd now. I mean, every time Jose Ramirez comes up, he's at the point now where he's breaking records now in his career for the clubs, whether it's a third baseman through a certain age range, whatever it is. He's one of the best talents in all of Major League Baseball, a true five-tool player, and it's really cool to see him break another record here for Cleveland. Especially knowing that like he's going to go down as arguably one of the best players in Cleveland Guardians history. I mean, you could probably already put him up there. He's going to probably hold a lot of records by the time it's all said and done. If not holding it, he's going to be very close to a lot of those offensive ones, WAR especially too. So congratulations to J-Ram on getting up there.
This is so crazy because like J-Ram's right now at 280 career home runs. If you do 27 games times 2 home runs, that's not including if he had a third home run in any of those games. I don't know where he did. He hit a minimum of 54 of his 280 home runs in these multi-home run games, which is almost, divided by 6, whatever 300 divided by 6 is. I'm doing bad math right now. I think it's, what is it? It's, when you do the quick, I'm bad at math. I'm such a bad mathematician, but it doesn't matter. You see how high of a percentage of his home runs come from multi-home run games in his career is the point.
It was 50, by the way.
It was, I did, but I didn't, that didn't sound right when I saw it. I was like, it's not 50% of his games.
No. The math's not mathing for me right now.
Yeah, the math is not mathing right now. But J-Ram, I think auto Hall of Famer, he's just tacking on to the resume here. Jim Thome, Hall of Famer. Albert Bell, 5-time All-Star, breaks their, organizational record. It feels like, I know it's that time of the season where guys are just hitting their seasonal stats, but it feels like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Do you feel that like a lot of people are breaking organizational historic stats as of late?
I mean, yeah, I feel like we're seeing a lot of these records almost, it feels like getting broken here. Obviously with the J-Ram thing, and another one that just happened too was the Pete Alonso. He just hit the Mets home run record the other day against the Atlanta Braves, hit his 253rd home run, and then topped that with his 254th career home run after that, his next at-bat. So now he's on top of the Mets home run leaderboard, breaking Darryl Strawberry's record of 252, which sat for 37 years. So that was a pretty cool moment to see Pete Alonso break that. I know last week we talked about him tying the record, but it's cool to see him finally break it. And I thought Gary Cohen did an absolute great job on the call there. It was truly, it was a great moment, especially one for Mets fans. And it kind of felt like, too, the team just kind of needed that moment where it almost felt like a weight was lifted off the shoulders for the team, especially Pete Alonso, where, he's been pressing for this. He's talked about it ever since he came back on this one-year deal, presumably. And you knew he was looking forward to this. And I feel like there's kind of a weight off his shoulder now for the team as well. And it just kind of gave him some life, and I think what the team's needed when they've been struggling really bad the last couple months.
Yeah, dude, and like Ohtani, like hitting 40 home runs, and only so many Dodgers have done that, and like he's now like has it done it twice in his first 2 years. There's been like 4 Dodgers total to ever do it, and like he'll probably catch Duke Snyder at 5 times at one point in his career, I'm sure, especially if we just focus on hitting. Baseball's just in a renaissance period right now. Like, get on the train. It's time. Alonso, we just talked about hitting 253 and now 254. So he's going to keep climbing on the list. Hagen, we asked this the other day. I want to see if you've rethought about it. When does Juan Soto surpass Pete Alonso on this home run list for the Mets organization record?
If Pete Alonso does not play another game for the New York Mets after this season, 9 years is what I say. If not, I would assume he's getting around a 4-year deal if he comes back. Make 13 years, maybe, I would say, if he does come back.
Okay, fair enough. What do we got here? So you can keep going, by the way.
Yeah, so now, another record that we're just talking about breaking too. Justin Verlander, he just hit his 3,500th career strikeout the other day. Ultra rare, now he's top 10 all time in Major League history in strikeouts. And he's trailing the only 9 other members of the 3,500 Strikeout Club, which include Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, Steve Carlton, Burt Blyleven, Tom Seaver, Dom Sutton, Gaylord Perry, and Walter Johnson. I mean, this is just an incredible feat for Justin Verlander. I mean, we talked about it last episode about how he's one of those guys where you're going to view as a top 10 pitcher of all time. I mean, he's arguably the best pitcher in this generation. Stats-wise, counting numbers-wise, he's the best pitcher of this generation. He has those numbers over Kershaw. He has them over Scherzer. But it's really incredible to see Justin Verlander doing this, and especially, too, at the age 42. You know, he's 42 years old. He didn't have to come back out here and play baseball again. He's not like he had anything. He already has the money. He has that. He came back out here, and you feel like he wanted to break a record like this. I know he was chasing the wins a couple of years back, and it just kind of died and fell off a little bit, but you could tell he was looking forward to breaking a record like this, and it's really cool to see him get that. I mean, he was throwing 98 miles per hour the other day. He's 42 years old, and he's topping at 98 miles per hour. That just shows how good of a talent Justin Verlander is, and I know he has issues with his injuries-wise and stuff like that, but this dude could be giving you a 5 ERA, especially like he's been a little shaky this year. He's 42 years old. What do you expect from the dude? He's not – I get he won a Cy Young a few years ago, but he's 42 years old. You can't expect anything from him, in my opinion. So congratulations, Justin Verlander, on that accomplishment.
Yeah, I'm going to say that I think if I'm Justin Verlander, like, dude, what hasn't the guy accomplished? He's a 9-time All-Star. He's won 2 World Series titles. He's won an MVP award from the pitching position. He's a 3-time Cy Young winner. He's won a Triple Crown pitching. He's got obviously multiple-time AL wins leaders, ERA leaders, strikeout leaders. If I'm Justin Verlander, I think I'm going until I surpass Burt Blyleven on this list at 3,701 strikeouts. So now Justin Verlander's less than 200 away from that. He could surpass 4 guys and be top 5 all time in strikeouts. I know this is going to be hard to do. Get another 200, like that's a fantastic season, right? Like he would probably have to pitch multiple seasons to do that, or finish this year pretty nicely and then have a solid next year, and then obviously all can go to hell from there. But I think that'd be really cool. Verlander entering the top 5 strikeouts all the time, because after that it just gets ridiculous, the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the last one. I think he would be the big milestone, if you want to say, on that he would be able to pass. But I still think that just 200 strikeouts is a lot. I know it could be just one season or so, but that means he's got to throw, let's say, 300 innings, 315 innings to be able to get to that total, which could push him into his age 44 season, which would be incredible. I mean, I love watching these dudes pitch until literally they cannot pitch at a major league level anymore. But I mean, there's going to be teams out there that just need someone to go out there and eat innings for them if they want that. So I think there'd be teams that would really want to take him on, and especially as a mentorship role too. I think there'd be a lot of teams that would be willing to bring him on in a contract, even if it's not that much money, just to have him mentor the young guys there.
I just realized that the name of the episode is The Brew Keeps Rolling, not The Brew Crew Keeps Rolling. Oh, wow, I'm an idiot. Well, hey, you know what? Sometimes it's good to make mistakes, people. It is good to make mistakes. You learn from your mistakes. Let's talk about, the National League West here a little bit. You're more of a National League guy than me, I think. So what are your thoughts on the National League, how it's shaping up? Especially, I want to dive into with you the National League West.
Which, yeah, I mean, before we were recording, it was tied in the National League West, both at 68 and 52 between the Dodgers and the Padres. Now the Padres are a half game up on the Dodgers. They have taken over the division lead over them. I have been a big Padres supporter. I was looking forward to this moment for a while. And it makes it even better, too, because we're really going to be able to see this. We'll probably talk about this our next episode, is they play this series now. This weekend they're playing, and then they have a series against other teams, and then they play again right away, which is the final time they'll play each other this year. So this is really going to come down to those 6 games against each other, whatever it is, could decide the division, because that's the easiest way to grain ground on a team, especially like in the Padres situation where I would give them the upper hand right now just because they have been playing good baseball lately. They're 8-2 in their last 10, and the Dodgers have been struggling lately. They have been, in the last month or so, I believe it's this month, they're one of the worst teams in all of baseball. So they've been going through a rough stretch here, and the Padres could really take advantage of that, If they take 2 out of 3 here, get a 2.5 game lead over the Dodgers, that would be absolutely huge for them tonight.
I'm just like looking around right now because I know the Dodgers have a million injuries. Like Gonsolin, we'll take that out now. He's not coming back. He got internal brace procedure done. He's done through probably early next year. So they're going to get Tanner Scott at some point next week, it looks like. Blake Snell is back. If he can come back into, into Blake Snell, I think that, and as well, River Ryan, he resumed throwing off a mound. That was back on May 10th. So if we can get these guys, like some of the reinforcements back, I think, and Roki Sasaki is supposed to be coming back this week or next week, correct? So it's like Dodgers still, I think their run differential is like almost 30 runs, maybe 25 runs better than the Padres right now. Like Dodgers are just the Dodgers. What?
29 runs better, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I cannot count the Dodgers out until and like I just think that their pieces that they have coming as reinforcements are stronger than the pieces the Padres have coming as reinforcements, if that makes sense.
In the Dodgers for sure have the numbers game there. I mean the Padres here, their reinforcement is really just gonna be Michael King, who's actually back on the active roster here now, and is slated to make his return on Friday against the Dodgers, which will be huge for him there. Yu Darvish is getting more acclimated the more time goes on. But I mean, I do like the Padres though, because with like Michael King, I know he's going to be a little shortened when he comes back. He's going to be out here and give you 100 pitches. But we talked about this before. This Padres bullpen, you don't need to get 100 pitches in 7 innings out of Michael King now. Yeah, that'd be great if he can, but because of how good this bullpen is, they can help ease some of the workload off of him while he's building back up. And this series might be one of the most entertaining series of the entire MLB season to this point between the Dodgers and the Padres.
Yeah, and one other thing, just with the Dodgers, I'm just looking, this is from August 10th, so they're going to get back Kike Hernandez in early September. They're going to get Ha-Seong back sooner rather than later. Looks like he's cleared to take live batting practice by the end of the week. Kirby Yates should be, he's taking live batting practice as well. He's facing live hitters there, so he'll be back soon. Tanner Scott, they're going to get Max Muncy back. He's like day to day, and then Michael Kopech as well. He's doing a rehab assignment in AAA Oklahoma. So they have a lot of pieces coming back to help them out. And like, I think bullpens, they're like the offensive line. If you can get a solid bullpen who can carry you and you don't have to rely on a lot of guys pitching, that sets the tone, right? Because then like with that being said, you could stretch out your starters. You could also use relievers in longer distance relieving on other days when you get shelled. Having that, 1, 2, 3, like 7, 8, 9 guy for a bullpen, I think is just so critical to team success in baseball. It's a huge swing getting Kopech, Yates, and guys like that back in there.
I completely agree. I think when I view on teams that are championship teams on who can win the World Series, one of the first things I look at is how good is your bullpen, because you have to have a good bullpen in the postseason because you can't rely on guys to go out there and give you 7 innings as a starting pitcher anymore. You just can't do that anymore in baseball in the playoffs. If you can do that, great, yeah, but you can't just rely on them to do that. You have to have a lockdown bullpen to win a World Series, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit more about the Dodgers. What were your thoughts on this, Hagen? The whole Shohei thing this week. So I'm not even going to try to start to explain this because it just sounds like it's a bunch of like BS and hoopla. Shohei Ohtani, him and his agent are supposedly getting sued for $240 million due to a real estate project in Hawaii. This is all, and there's a really good article by Julia Stumbaugh from the Bleacher Report before I get into any of this. So everything I say is coming from that article. Ohtani and Bolello, I believe that's his agent, are accused of tortuous interference and unjust enrichment in a lawsuit filed on behalf of a real estate developer named Kevin J. Hayes Sr. and real estate broker Tomoko Matsumoto. This happened on Friday in Hawaii Circuit Court, according to Jimmy Golan of the Associated Press. So $240 million is a lot of money. Did you read into this thing at all, or no? Is it just kind of white noise to you until like it becomes more real about what's going on in that situation?
I honestly really haven't dug into this that deeply because I'm more expecting to hear from this from somebody that will understand this a lot more than I would, be able to tell me what's going on instead of trying to get the bits and pieces and figure out exactly if he's in the wrong or not. So I don't really have an opinion on this. I do just, it is interesting now. I mean, we obviously had the big gambling scandal with Otani earlier. It just, it's kind of crazy now that he has this, and obviously this could just be like a BS lawsuit, whatever. But it is interesting now where you have Shohei's interpreter get into a huge lawsuit. He's in federal prison for it now, and then now him and his agent are being sued of sabotaging real estate. So it's kind of crazy for a guy of Otani's stature to, you don't see people of his stature usually getting two very big incidents off the field like this.
No, you don't. Not of this size. But enough of that. We'll figure out more as that comes in. I know it's a complicated matter, and it's just like our lives we're focused on baseball, not Otani's off field dealings. Let's talk about the Yankee killer, Jose Altuve.
I mean,
hits his 250th career home run this week. Of course, it comes against the Yankees. So now he's one double shy, Hagen, of 250 homers, 300 steals, and 450 doubles. He will be the 11th player in MLB history to reach those numbers on his next double. Insane.
It's incredible what he's doing. I mean, I know he's going to have one of the most interesting Hall of Fame cases, I think, among any active player right now because of the whole Astros scandal and the cheating. I'm really curious to see here in whatever it's going to be 7 years from now, 8 years from now, what the case is going to be on him because he's going to have the numbers there. I mean, as we sit to, he has 54.4 BWAR. He's got almost 2,400 hits already. He's a career 300 hitter in his career. I mean, this guy is a career 128 OPS plus. He's a Hall of Fame resume. I think the only thing that would keep him out would be the voters if they just hold cheating thing. So I'm very interested to see how his Hall of Fame case holds up on that aspect. But either way, Jose Altuve is, I would say, almost a second baseman of this generation. I mean, he's going to be leading a lot of Astro statistics, or like we were talking about earlier with another guy. It's a great career he's really had to this point. And like when you think of Astros baseball, I think of Jose Altuve. I obviously wasn't old enough to see all those guys like Bagwell and like that, but when I think of Houston Astros baseball, I envision Jose Altuve.
Yeah, it's not Bagwell, it's not Biggio anymore. It's not even like I remember back in the day when I used to think like Roy Oswalt, like that was Astros baseball to me. So that's not the case anymore. It is definitely Jose Altuve is the definition of Astros baseball. Kudos to him, great career. I wish him nothing but the best, even though he's a cheater. But I'm kidding. Let's talk about Big Dumper.
Cal Raleigh just hit his 45th home run of the season the other day, tying Johnny Bench for the second most in a single season all time for a catcher. And we'll probably be talking about this here pretty soon because he's only 3 away now from tying Salvador Perez for the all-time catcher's record for home runs in a single season, which he will without a doubt break here, barring an injury here. But it's just, this is what we've been expecting, honestly, from Cal Raleigh since early May, just from the type of tear he's been on. He's still, I believe, he's on pace for one shy of Aaron Judge's American League home run record, that's going to be a fun chase to see if he can get to 62 and even top that, get 63 there. But be looking forward to him to break the catcher home run record here in the next week or two.
Yeah, it's unreal. Salvador Perez, it felt like just broke this record. It feels like that, and now it's like, dude, Cal Raleigh is gonna dump on this record. Like Big Dumper is gonna dump on this record, unfortunately. So for Salvador Perez, kudos to him. And speaking of Seattle legends, Ichiro is gonna get honored at Seattle with a statue after his jersey retirement in 2026. If there's anyone who deserves a statue outside Seattle, it's Ichiro Suzuki. Good for Ichiro. I still haven't been to Seattle. Have you been to Seattle's ballpark?
No, that's one of my ones on my bucket list, though. Especially being here out on the West Coast, that's kind of the ones I want to.
Yeah, we should link up and hit that one together. I got to go to Seattle at some point. Let's talk about the MLB news and injury. We've been going actually for only a half hour, so we got some time. Hey, you want to lead us down some of these, and if they're interesting, we'll dive into it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the biggest one here would be for the Cincinnati Reds ace Hunter Green. He'll be returning to the mound today, actually. The right-hander's been out since a strained right groin on June 3rd, the same injury as sidelined him earlier in the May. This is awesome for the Reds. I mean, they have that playoff push right now. They made the distance pretty close here to the Mets in the wild card standings. They still have a shot here, and this is the perfect thing you needed. Is you needed an ace like Hunter Green to be top in that rotation as you're making that wild card push. And another one,
dude. Hunter Green today, 6 innings, 0 earned runs, 6 Ks, 0 walks. He's so back. They blanked the Phillies 8-0.
I mean, I think a lot of people forget too that before he went on the IL, he was up there in the Cy Young conversation.
Yeah, dude, he's got a howitzer. It's awesome watching him pitch. So that's fun for Cincinnati. The Cubs, they're getting Javier Assad back from a strained left oblique. He was activated from the 15-day IL. This is season debut. Kind of weird for a strained left oblique. I'm sure he's been dealing with that all year. Phillies, they have right-hand reliever David Robertson. He's 40 years old. So he was called up from AAA, which was expected. So kudos to see how that job's going to shake out, especially with adding Wander on. So Phillies bullpen might have gone just a whole lot better in the last 21 days. Are you scared as a Mets fan at all about Wanderon and Robertson now?
Yeah, I might have prematurely said the Phillies, you could just crown them the division champs last week before the Mets, while they were still in that skid there, just because I just think the Phillies are such a wagon right now, and I would put them as a top 2 to 3 team in all of baseball right now. I just think they're a better baseball team than the Mets right now, especially. They've been doing it without the bullpen. They were doing it without a Duran and a David Robertson. Then you add those guys back, and Alvarado's going to be coming here back soon, too, off the suspension, which will help them for the playoff push.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about Gonsling. Colorado called back up Chase Dolander. Good for him. I think, he's going to get shelled in Colorado. Like he needs to learn how to pitch there, and it's not going to help, I think, in AAA unless he's really dealing with like some sort of like issue. If he's, I don't know what his deal is. He's a talented pitcher. We'll see. Colorado doesn't really typically produce many good pros, so when it comes to pitching, so that's a tough one. But we'll move on. I think this is the biggest injury of all of them. Shane McClanahan is out for the rest of the year. So he underwent a procedure to address a nerve issue in his left triceps, and it ends his season. So this is such of a waste of a year, I felt, for Shane McClanahan. He's one of the best, if not the best left-handed pitcher in baseball before all this went down. Hagen, what are your thoughts on Shane McClanahan? Do you think he had setbacks and injury coming back from Tommy John? It's kind of crazy.
I mean, it is. It is just sad, too, because the last time he was on the mound, he was truly electric. He was getting up there as one of the best pitchers in all of Major League Baseball. I mean, you said it. One of the best left-handed pitchers in Major League Baseball. He was going to be one of those Cy Young. He was going to be in the Cy Young conversation, too, when he's full on healthy. He's that good of a talent. And it just sucks to see him obviously getting the Tommy John now, and I believe that was the second. Now he's having the tricep issues here where it's just – you just want to see a guy get healthy and just go out there where it's almost like the Lance McCullers situation where it's just a guy's gone through so many injuries. It's just huge to just see him back on the field. And you hope you can see him back on the field. And you just want to see the guy healthy out there and just playing the sport that he loves and what he's doing for a living and stuff like that. You want to see him out there. And the thing that I find crazy about this, and Foolish Baseball put out a tweet about this the other day when this news was announced. He's been out for so long that Wander Franco has played a game for the Tampa Bay Rays more recently than Shane McClanahan.
That's absurd. I hate that. I hate that stat. That makes me want to puke. Tampa Bay, they also lost Taylor Walls, a shortstop, from a strained left groin. He'll be on the 10-day IL. Baltimore, their season just continues to go down the toilet. Zach Eflin and Felix Bautista are done for the year. Eflin's going to have a procedure on his lower back for lumbar micro dissectomy. I think that's how you say it. feel like we're halftime the same medical terms on this podcast. And then you got Batista, who's has a shoulder injury. The Yankees infielder, outfielder Ahmed Rosario, he hit the 10-day IL with a sprain. Sternoclavicular joint. Oh my goodness, dude! These words are ridiculous. This is his left shoulder. I should have just said left shoulder injury. Hunter Harvey, he went a reliever for Kansas City. He hit the IL, a strained right abductor. I saw Byron Buxton is back from his injury. He was dealing with irritation to his cartilage. I didn't play him in fantasy yesterday, and he hit a bomb. I was so pissed. I thought coming off the IL with his ribs, wouldn't be there, but I guess he was. Matt Vierling for Detroit, he went on the IL for a strained left oblique. So we'll see if he'll be back for the postseason or not. Should be something to follow. What were you going to say?
I was going to say nothing, but I mean,
Hagen?
I was going to go right ahead. I mean,
oh, sorry.
Josh Hader here, I mean, obviously he was unable to pitch due to left shoulder discomfort. Yeah, he was undergoing tests. I believe he's going to be put on the IL here. So that's a big blow for Houston making this run here, especially now where they're tied with Seattle here in the American League West. So hopefully Josh Hader's not out for too long, because obviously they can have a guy step up in that bullpen to fill a spot for him. But Josh Hader's been having an unbelievable year this year. He's been back to the old Josh Hader that we all expected, especially when he signed this contract.
Yeah. Hader, this is a big loss for Houston. I think Brew got the save tonight, even with Hader done. And we all, let me double check that what we're talking about, but that's most likely the guy for Houston going forward is going to be Brew, depending how serious this injury to Hader is. Brew's a dog. So, I don't think Houston, as worried as people are going to be just for the depth, and we were just talking about having that pitching. Brew did get the save tonight, 2 strikeouts, 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, 0 walks. He's this year, Brian Abreu's got a 1.64 ERA. He's got 81 strikeouts across 55 innings. He's lightning off the mound. So hopefully Houston can put it together internally, maybe make some call-ups or adjustments. Like we said, they do have, Christian Javier and Spencer Arrighetti back. They can get a little bit more creative with the way they deploy their arms. So, we'll see how this handles, and hopefully Hader's not out for a long time. That's pretty much it for me since we last spoke on Sunday. Do you have anything else you wanted to bring up before we hop out of here?
Something I've honestly forgot to shout out the last 2 episodes is shout out to Warming Bernabel. I didn't know who this guy was 3 weeks ago, and he was just taking the league by storm. I know he's cooled down a little bit here, but he still has a 134 WRC plus and a .3 F4. Shout out to Warming Bernabel. That might be one of my most favorite obscure players of the entire season that has came up.
Damn. Warming Bernabel. I did hear about him a little bit through Aram Layden at a year or 2 ago. Aram's on it with prospects, and he was always on my radar. He's never a guy that I was like, oh, he looks like he's going to be electric. And then what do you know? He comes up to Major League Baseball and just tells everyone to shut the hell up. I'm Warming Bernabel and I'm here. So I love that shout out. Yankees kind of back, not really. They're right now losing 4-1 to Minnesota, but they were on a 2-game win streak. So if they could pull off the victory tonight, it'd be a nice sweep, but they are trailing, and I think it's in the 7th inning. So top 7. I'll go to that after this is done, but keep looking at the website for links to our blogs. Subscribe to us if you like us. It helps us produce more content. Outside of that, Hagen, got anything else?
I was about to say the Mets might be back too after they had a big win against the Braves last night. It was 6-0 right before he started recording this, and now they're down 9-6. So they allowed 9 runs in an inning. So it increases the streak too of a starter not going 6 innings for the Mets. So that's great.
Hopefully both New York teams are in now. I don't have anything against the Mets, so we'll see. All right, that's it from us. Peace.